Just ahead on CTV News.
An FBI agent is arrested in connection with crimes that occurred in Gaithersburg. I'm Byron Scott. We'll have that story coming up.
And we find out what a Trump presidency might mean for Prince George's. Plus,
we are here at Northwest Stadium with the Washington Commanders, where they're giving away thousands of Thanksgiving meals. I'm Bryce Parker. We'll have more coming up
on CTV News.
Those stories and more on CTV News starting now.
Good evening. This is CTV News for November 26th. I'm Mariah Jalad. Thanks for joining us. The driver who hit and killed a WSSC water worker in September has been arrested. 35-year-old Dory Campbell is in police custody this week and charged with the death of WSSC employee Ernest Dyson on September 8, 2024, while he was responding to a water main break in Silver Spring. Police say Campbell was speeding and driving under the influence when she killed Dyson, with her blood alcohol content more than twice the legal limit. She faces charges including negligent manslaughter and homicide by vehicle while under the influence. In a statement, WSSC Water General Manager and CEO Keishia Powell said in part, quote, "In honor of Ernest, WSSC Water will seek legislation during the 2025 Maryland General Assembly session to enhance work zone safety for our employees." Campbell is being held in Montgomery County, awaiting a bond hearing. And felony charges against President-elect Donald Trump have been dropped in the election interference case and classified documents case brought by special counsel Jack Smith. This marks the end of Trump's legal battles as he prepares to take office again next year. It is Justice Department policy that sitting presidents cannot face criminal prosecution. In filings, prosecutors said the government still stands fully behind the strength of the proof in the cases and the gravity of the charges, but said, quote, "The Constitution requires that this case be dismissed before the defendant is inaugurated." And County Council Chair Jolene Ivey says a Trump presidency could be devastating to the Prince George's economy. President-elect Donald Trump made campaign promises saying he wants to eliminate the Department of Education with the goal of sending educational responsibilities back to the states. Trump has also talked about shrinking the federal workforce, potentially impacting more than 2 million federal workers nationwide. Reports show that nearly 140,000 civilian federal employees call Maryland home. CTV News spoke to Ivey about the potential impact of Trump's plan to the county's economy.
Problem is we were already facing a budget deficit, even under a good case and a better outcome. And the state also is facing a budget deficit. And the concern is the trickle down we were hoping to get from the state, some of the money that we can still advocate for, it's going to be harder to come by in the coming years. There's the concern that Trump's going to take as much out on our governor as he can because he's concerned about Westmore, making him look bad in the future. And Westmore's just been such a great governor. All Marylanders should be concerned, but Prince Georgians should be even more concerned. Our budget deficit is significant.
CTV News reached out numerous times to the county executive office for comment and has yet to hear back. And the top Republican in the Maryland House of Delegates, Delegate Jason Buckle, will avoid jail time after reaching a plea deal on a charge of driving while impaired by alcohol. Buckle was sentenced to probation before judgment with 2 years of supervised probation and an alcohol assessment following his June traffic stop. In a statement, Buckle acknowledged the importance of responsible driving and vowed to reflect on his actions moving forward. Once he completes the assessment, his probation will shift to unsupervised. And an FBI agent has been arrested on sexual assault charges. Investigators say there are 2 victims they are aware of and say there might be others. Byron Scott has our story.
His real name is Eduardo Valdivia, but to the women who accused him of sexual assault, police say he was known as Lalo Brown and El Boogie.
He has been charged with 2 counts of second-degree rape, 4 counts of fourth-degree sexual contact, and 4 counts of second-degree assault.
Police say Valdivia did not tell his victims he was an FBI agent. The alleged rapes occurred between February and September of this year at his tattoo studio at 9841 Washingtonian Boulevard in Gaithersburg and at a nearby hotel.
Victims went to him to have tattoos done. He then told them that they would be contacted by another person to set up possible modeling. When they were contacted, they came back to the location. They were met by him again, who had them sign a contract for the modeling, and during the photo shoot, they were sexually assaulted.
Investigators say the women, both in their 20s, learned of the operation by way of an Instagram account Valdivia controlled. It was known as DC Fine Line Tattoos. How did you become aware of this?
So one of the victims contacted the police department and was sent to our Special Victims Investigations Division, where our detectives have been working this case since they received it. We've done some other investigation to determine a second victim that has come forward about her experiences.
Valdivia has had run-ins in the past with the law. He was acquitted nearly 4 years ago of the attempted murder of an unarmed passenger on a metro train following a confrontation. But as for the here and now,
we do suspect there's other victims out there, as we only have 2 come forward so far. He has been in the tattoo business for some time and had a lot of followers through Instagram. But we want everyone that even went and got services from him to contact us so we can understand their encounter, even if they weren't sexually assaulted, but understand what was going on and if they were offered any other services.
In Gaithersburg, Byron Scott, CTV News.
Thank you, Byron. And Valdivia has been suspended by the FBI pending the conclusion of the investigation. And Attorney General Anthony Brown, along with a coalition of states' attorneys general and the Justice Department, is pushing for bold action to break Google's illegal monopoly over internet search. In 2020, Maryland joined a lawsuit accusing Google of using anti-competitive tactics to dominate the market. Fast forward to August 2024, when a federal judge ruled that Google violated antitrust laws. The court will now determine how to end Google's monopoly and restore competition to benefit consumers. You're watching CTV News. I'm Mariah Jalad. Still to come, in the market for a used car, we have a consumer alert from the Attorney General you should know about. Back in a moment.
To register.
How do you feel?
When a parent sees their child smile, they see hope. Aleem hoped that his son Rajib would have an easier life than he had. You see, Rajib, just like his father, was born with a cleft, but as a fisherman in a small village in Indonesia, the cost of surgery was out of reach. Their lives were transformed thanks to Smile Train, which sponsors free, life-changing cleft surgeries and other essential treatments. Rajib's surgery marked Smile Train's 2 millionth, and incredibly, Aleem's was the 2 million and first. Now, their smiles are a symbol of hope for children with clefts all over the world. 540 babies are born with a cleft each day, but through Smile Train, millions of lives have been changed. To learn more and support the global cleft community, visit smiletrain.org/learn. Smile Train, changing the world one smile at a time.
Welcome back. The Attorney General and the Maryland Motor Vehicle Administration are warning Marylanders about purchasing flood-damaged cars. Those looking for used cars should be aware of cars that are coming from states that were impacted by hurricanes and flooding earlier this year. Some things to spot when it comes to these cars: look for a musty odor in the interior, upholstery in bad shape, rust, mud, or silt. One tip for consumers to avoid these cars is to shop at a licensed dealer rather than through a private seller or an online service. And Thanksgiving is 2 days away, and if you're hitting the road, timing is everything. In the D.C. region, today and tomorrow are expected to bring heavy congestion on I-95, 495, MD 295, and I-270. Experts recommend driving before 10 a.m. or after 7 p.m. to dodge the worst delays. Over at the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, the best times to travel is after 8 p.m. tonight and before 9 a.m. or after 7 p.m. on Wednesday. Thanksgiving Day itself offers a smooth ride, but Sunday will bring post-holiday backups, so plan to hit the road early. Safe travels and happy Thanksgiving. And football is not just about what happens on the field. It has the ability to bring the community together. CTV's Bryce Parker is in Landover with the Washington Commanders, providing meals for those in need in Prince George's County.
In Prince George's County, 1 out of every 2 people that live in the county last year did not know where their next meal would come from. And that just gives you a sense of the need and of the work to be done.
The Washington Commanders, in partnership with the National Capital Food Bank and a host of other corporations, came together today to provide some assurance to some Thanksgiving dinner plans.
It's about the people that's going to get to eat that food and be around their family and don't have to worry about where that dinner is coming from. And understanding that, yes, the team stepped up and said, we will be there for you when you need us. And I think that's really special in my eyes.
So we're here today in Legends Plaza, and today's event is going to provide about 2,500 turkeys, feeding 10,000 Prince Georgians across the county.
We have produce and Thanksgiving sides that total 45,000 pounds that will go out today.
And the Prince George's County Department of Social Services, who is also an event partner, has been instrumental in identifying families in need of today's efforts.
This is like a premier event for the Department of Social Services. Like, we've been doing this and partnering with the commanders for a very long time, and so we bring out a lot of staff to help support. This is one of our favorite events and helping our families. Thanksgiving's that time of family and gratitude, and this represents all of those things.
Showing that football is about more than what happens on Sundays.
I think people forget that football is about community, and community is about football. And these are the same people that cheer us on when in this stadium on Sundays, and during the holiday, it gives us a chance to cheer them on and be there for them. So it's deeper than just giving stuff. You got to understand, this is what Thanksgiving is about.
Reporting from Landover, I'm Bryce Parker, CTV News.
Thank you, Bryce. And to find out more about our home team's community efforts, visit commanders.com/community. And as families head into the kitchen to make their Turkey Day feast, health experts say make sure you keep your prep area clean. Virginia Tech's Food Producer Technical Assistance Network says, first, start by washing your hands with warm, soapy water for about 20 seconds. Next, you want to make sure your utensils and kitchen area is clean. Cooks should separate food that will be cooked, chopped, and eaten. Remember, meats should be cut on a separate cutting board from fruits and vegetables. Lastly, make sure you refrigerate your food after dinner. Don't leave your meal sitting on the table for several hours. And jot this down, the Thanksgiving Day holiday will impact some services throughout Prince George's. The county's The Bus, the Call-A-Bus, and PGC Link services will not run this Thursday. However, all 3 services will resume normal operation hours on Friday. Curbside bulky trash and recycling collection that is scheduled for Thursday will move to Friday. Trash and recycling pickup that is normally set for Friday will move to Saturday. The county-run library system will be closed on Thursday and will reopen on Friday, and all community centers will be closed on Thursday. And Black Friday marks the start of the holiday shopping season, with stores raking in a huge chunk of their annual revenue over the next month. But is it really the best time to score deals? Duncan Financial Group reports while discounts are certainly higher, around 37% off in-store on Black Friday and 34% online, many retailers offer great deals in the weeks leading up to the big day. Stores like Amazon and Best Buy have been rolling out Black Friday-worthy sales early, so it's worth doing some research to find the best prices. Finally, be wary of inflated prices. And still to come on CTV News, Michaela's back in the CTV kitchen, and if you need something sweet after Thanksgiving dinner, you don't want to miss it.
In the CTV kitchen, we are making some Thanksgiving dessert, so you don't want to miss it. Stay right there.
You've worked hard. Long days. Year after year. Decade after decade. You've seen a lot of things. Enjoyed the good times. And weathered the tough times. You've earned a life that you can call your own, alongside the people you love the most. Retirement worries shouldn't get in the way. But many Americans like you are finding that retiring on a fixed income is harder than they expected. Fortunately, there are thousands of benefits programs that can help. Visit benefitscheckup.org to see if you're among the millions of people eligible for thousands of dollars in benefits to help you age well, so you can focus on what's really important. Benefits Checkup. You've earned this.
Long shift tomorrow. So much homework. Is this all that's left? My dad will get more. I don't need this one. I'm not that hungry. If I can get them to bed, I can miss it. No, what do I do? Okay, it's okay. My dad will pay the water. We'll turn it back on. You're fine. We'll figure it out. He works so hard. We're in this together. Everything's okay. These tips will help. Maybe I could get a second job. My dad has a second job. We don't need help. We have each other. We've made it this far. What if they could help? Fine. We don't need this.
Hi. What's your name?
Anna.
Some people call me heartless or greedy, but my buddies call me Don. I'm the CEO of the world's leading gun manufacturer. I make guns easy to use, easier to get. The more guns on the street, the more money in my pocket. So, I pretend to pray while the bullets spray. You may be wondering how I sleep at night, and I'll tell you, on my side.
Welcome back. You have your turkey and your sides, but the finale of the show are the desserts. We're back upstairs in the kitchen where owner of More Than Just Sweets is showing our Michaela Newton how to whip up some simple sweet treats.
We are in the CTV News kitchen again, and this time we're making Thanksgiving desserts. So I'm super excited because I love sweets. So we have Tia Colonel, the owner of More Than Just Sweets. So Tia, tell us what we're making today.
So today we're going to be making apple cobbler cups as well as banana pudding.
I'm so excited.
Yes.
All right, so tell us the first ingredients that we have to use.
Okay, so for this one right here, which are the apple cups, it's very simple. Simple ingredients. We're going to have some apples, brown sugar, cornstarch, and that's to make your syrup a little thicker. We're also going to use cinnamon rolls, a little bit of butter, and if you want, you can add cinnamon and nutmeg. It's definitely up to you.
Awesome. So how long do you think something like this takes to make?
This right here actually is maybe about 30 minutes.
Yeah, so quick and easy,
Yeah,
right?
quick and easy. They're only in the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes and on the stove for maybe about 10. Awesome. Then the rest is kind of prep.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get started.
Let's get started. So we're going to start off with rolling the cinnamon rolls. Well, taking the cinnamon rolls out and pressing them onto the cups.
All right, perfect. So what's the next ingredient?
Okay, so for the apples, what we're going to do is peel them, dice them, and the size is definitely up to you. And then we're going to put those on the stove and put a little bit of sugar in there and a little bit of cornstarch and make a little kind of syrup. Okay, and then we're just going to scoop a good amount, a nice generous amount into each of the cups. Once again, if the amount is totally up to you, I use about 2 teaspoons.
Looks good.
Thank you. And like I said, this will go into the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes, just to make sure you have the dough all the way cooked through.
And how hot does the oven need to be?
375.
Okay, perfect. So quick and easy, not a lot of time, which I think is great for like desserts, because you know you want a dessert, but
exactly.
You don't want something that takes too long, right?
No, you definitely do not. Definitely do not. And then we just pop these in the oven.
Perfect. All right. So now that we have our first dessert done,
yes,
our next dessert is banana pudding.
Yes, let's
jump
over
started.
here.
Yeah.
So banana pudding ingredients are in front of us. Of course, we got to have our bananas, vanilla wafers, whipping cream. I like to use nutmeg and cinnamon, probably in almost every dessert. I also do like to use the real vanilla extract. It just gives it a more flavorful taste. Also, I do use Lorna Doone as well. That's definitely up to you. Evaporated milk, and of course, vanilla pudding mix.
Nice. And I saw this ingredient, the vanilla bean.
Yes.
So I don't even know how to use a regular vanilla bean.
So with the vanilla bean, you don't really need a lot because it's really strong. So all you do is cut a piece off. You're going to split it open and just take the insides out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's all you're going to do. Just take them out.
Perfect. All right, so let's get started.
Yes, let's get started. So we're going to just go ahead and scoop all the entire cup of the evaporated milk inside of our bowl. Okay, then the next ingredient is going to be cold water. You have to make sure that it is cold. So we're just going to keep mixing that until it has this type of consistency. So your next ingredient, of course, is going to be the actual vanilla pudding. Can you hold that, please? Thank you. I'm going to use the entire packet.
Put it all in there.
Then we are going to do some more stirring. So once this is at the consistency that you want in it, let's go ahead and stick it into the fridge.
You said 3 to 4 hours.
3 to 4 hours, yes.
All right, so we put our mixture in the fridge, and now we have our cookies. What are we doing next?
So we're going to basically just build your banana pudding by adding different layers with the vanilla wafers and the Lorna Doones, and then also with bananas. So that's what I did here. And for the topping, I did top it with some bananas, and we're going to go ahead and crumble up some Lorna Doone cookies and put a little bit of wafers on top as well.
Okay, perfect. All right, I'm ready when you are.
All right, let's go. Dig in.
That's really good.
Thank you.
I'm like, I want this banana in there too. It's actually really good, and I actually like mine when it's like room temperature, not super cold.
Yeah.
So it's really good.
Good. Thank you so much. Glad you like it.
Well, that's it. Nice, quick, and easy meals, desserts to make for Thanksgiving. Tia, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Michaela. Looks great. I'll definitely have to try those apple cups. And after the break, Simon Vuggs has our Tuesday sports page.
Hey, sports fans, stay right there because coming right up, Ravens running back Derrick Henry touched on the future of the running back position following the team's game against the Los Angeles Chargers last night. I'll have more what the 4-time Pro Bowler had to say after the break. Don't go anywhere.
For the curiosity that compels us to look closer, dig deeper, reach further. For the passion to explore, to see, to know. That drives us to nurture connections, deepen empathy, and expand horizons. For the joy of discovery right now, and all the endless potential of what comes next. This is what we strive for.
Awesome.
Since 1888, the National Geographic Society has championed generations of explorers to ask questions, share stories, and open minds.
Wow.
And today, our mission is more urgent, dynamic, and vital than ever. Because in our hearts, we believe protecting the vibrancy of our world isn't just possible, it's essential. And we believe there's always another wonder for us to go and find. Will you join us? National Geographic Society. Wonder awaits.
We all inherit things from our parents. Maybe it's your mom's smile or your dad's eyes. But what if you could inherit something more serious, even deadly?
Our mom was diagnosed with lung cancer over 20 years ago. Thankfully, she's doing well. But she wasn't the only one in our family to be diagnosed with lung cancer.
Our great aunt and uncle, our grandmother, and our great-grandfather were all diagnosed with lung cancer too. Unlike breast or colon cancer, the inherited risk for lung cancer hasn't been well researched. The INHERIT study aims to change that.
This landmark study seeks to better understand the genetic risk of lung cancer. We joined INHERIT to help uncover its origins and families and to improve screening and treatment.
Participation is easy, it can be done from home and takes very little time. For more information, please go to goto.org/inherit today.
All right, everybody, the wait is finally over. It's time for your Tuesday sports page. The Baltimore Ravens were in action last night against another AFC team in the Los Angeles Chargers. And the purple and black will be coming back to BMO with the dub as they took down LA 30-23. A big reason for the Ravens' win last night was their rushing attack. The purple and black had 212 total yards on the ground, with 140 of those coming from Derrick Henry. Running backs have made quite the resurgence this past season, as multiple backs such as Henry and Eagles rusher Saquon Barkley have proved that quality running backs play a huge part in their team's success. And the former Offensive Player of the Year touched on what it means for other running backs that he and Barkley are having such dominant seasons.
As far as running backs, man, we just want to go out there and do our job effectively, show that the position matters, and hopefully, we've been doing that well enough to add value for the future of this position and the guys that's coming up to getting paid. And it's a great time for us to be able to have success, and hopefully it bounces off to the other guys that are coming up and get an opportunity to get paid.
Henry and the rest of the team will play Barkley and the Eagles next on Sunday. Should be a good one. Now to the world of college hoops. Shout out to center Derek Queen for being named the Big Ten Men's Basketball Freshman of the Week. This comes after Queen helped his squad to 2-0 with wins over Canisius and Villanova. And in those matchups, the Baltimore native averaged 16 points, 9 boards, and 3 dimes. He also earned MVP of the game against Villanova as well. Queen is the first freshman Terp to earn this accolade since Jalen Smith back in 2019. Congratulations, Derek. Meantime, the Washington Wizards will return to action tonight in the league's in-season tournament. Washington will be taking on Zach LaVine and the Chicago Bulls at 7 o'clock. And that wraps up your Tuesday sports page. Simon Buggs, CTV Sports.
All right, thank you, Simon. Now let's get a look at our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight will be mostly clear out. Tomorrow we'll have a high of 54 and rain is expected later in the night. Thanksgiving Thursday is not looking too nice. Rain and fog is expected throughout the day, and we'll have a high of 54. Friday is going to be mostly sunny with a high of 48 and low of 27. And for our community calendar, this Friday, Parks and Rec is kicking off their Festival of Lights at Watkins Regional Park. From the comfort of your own car, bring the family to experience dazzling scenes that celebrate the magic of the holiday season at the annual Festival of Lights. This event goes from November 29th through January 1st from 5 p.m. to midnight. For tickets or more information, contact 301-699-2255. And that wraps up CTV News for now. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.